Ladies and gentlemen, the Euro 2024 is gonna start in 1 week time, so let's waste no time and get into the predictions. Group A has Scotland, Germany, Hungary, and Switzerland. Germany are the hosts. They have been in terrible form in 2023. They lost to Belgium, they drew with Ukraine, they lost to Poland, they lost to Colombia, they got thrashed by Japan, but they have beaten France, USA, and Mexico. So the recent form looks good, and especially with their players. Florian Wirtz has done exceptionally well for Bayer Leverkusen, having 18 goals and 20 assists, helped them win the Bundesliga unbeaten and helped them win the DFB Pokal, completing a domestic double, and also helped them to the finals of the Europa League where they sadly lost. But Ilkay Gundogan, Germany's captain, has had a good season with Barcelona so far, having scored 5 goals and given 14 assists, which is good for a midfielder. And Germany are playing at home as well. That will be an added advantage. So these two are the key men for Germany in the upcoming Euros if they have any chance of winning it. Scotland's recent records have not been great, although they qualified directly from their group. Their record recently have been terrible, so I think this will be a disappointing campaign for the Scots, but they're making it back to back after 2020 Euros. Hungary, on the other hand, are severely underestimated in every major tournament. They qualified directly with unbeaten run in the qualifiers, and last time they played in the Euros, they were in a group of death. They fared very well in the group, earning 2 draws and dominated teams like France and Portugal. Expect them to do the same again this time. Switzerland had a very underwhelming campaign, if you ask me. In the qualifiers, they went second, losing the group lead to Romania, and they had more draws than wins. They were not even able to score since October in the qualifiers window, so that just tells you how bad this team has been performing. My prediction for this group is that I think Germany will top this group very easily, especially considering this is a home Euros for them. I think Scotland or maybe I think Hungary will finish second in this group. I think Scotland will finish third, and I'm calling this out right now. I think Switzerland are terrible and they will finish fourth. In Group B, you have Croatia, Albania, Spain, and Italy. I think Croatia and Spain faced off in the quarterfinals of 2021 Euros and also the finals of the Nations League. Italy are the defending champions for this year's tournament, beating England on penalties last time to win the Euros, but they failed to qualify for the 2022 World Cup, losing out to North Macedonia on penalties. Spain, on the other hand, have won an international tournament, beating Croatia on penalties in the Nations League finals to claim its trophy. Meanwhile, Croatia, on the other hand, have done well in international tournaments. They got third place in the World Cup and were finalists in the Nations League, and they got quarterfinals in last Euros. If you look at the world rankings, Spain, Italy, and Croatia are side by side from 8 to 10, so this makes this group very interesting. So, my predictions are I think Italy will definitely finish first in this group. I think Croatia will finish third, they might also finish second. Spain will finish second or third for me. I think Albania will be last in this group of 10. In Group C, you have England, Serbia, Denmark, and Slovenia. England and Denmark faced off in the 2020 Euro semi-finals, but as of recently, Denmark have not been the same national team. They may have won 7 games in the qualifiers. They only lost 2 in the qualifiers. They scored 19 goals in the qualifiers. They finished on 22 points, but that's not the fact. They had a pretty easy group, but they lost to Kazakhstan, who are 100 rankings below them in the FIFA rankings at that time of the game, 3 to 2, and well, they, yeah, they also considered a goal against San Marino. Yes, that's San Marino. They actually considered an equalizer. They only won 2-1 against the worst national team on the planet. Serbia have also not been great. They haven't scored a goal since September of last year in the qualifiers. So it just goes on to show how terrible Serbia have been in front of the goal, especially with Alexander Mitrovic. So my predictions for this group is I think England will easily top this. They have to top this kind of a group, and I think Denmark will finish last in this group just because they haven't been the same since 2021. They were pretty terrible in 2022 as well. I think Serbia will finish second, and I think Slovenia will finish third. In Group D, you have France, Netherlands, Poland, and Austria. Well, Netherlands and France actually faced off against each other in the qualifiers. Poland have been abysmal even in the qualifiers. Austria have been potential underdogs for so long. But given how France have absolutely dominated every team so far after the World Cup final, they also scored 14 past Gibraltar. Netherlands have done well in the qualifiers apart from those two defeats against France, so they have done well so far. Team actually in question in this group who are very underwhelming is Poland. They've only won 3 games and lost 3 games in a group where they should have qualified. And one of those losses in those 3 losses was against Moldova, a team that is ranked below 150 in the world rankings. Poland were absolutely abysmal in the qualifiers. They needed penalties to beat Wales in the playoffs to qualify for this tournament. Austria in their qualifiers did well. They only lost 1 game, and that was to Belgium. They also scored 17 goals and conceded only 7, which is the second best in this group. So, my prediction for this group is I think France will top this group very easily, especially the way they have been playing so far recently. I think France will top this group. I think Netherlands will finish second in this group. I don't think Poland are coming third in this group. I'm sorry. As much as I like Lewandowski, I think Poland have been very abysmal. So they will finish last. Austria, the surprise underdog, so I think they will definitely finish third. I think they will also qualify. In Group B, you have Belgium, Romania, Slovakia, and Ukraine. Well, Belgium's golden generation is fading away slowly. Slovakia as well. Belgium qualified without much of trouble in this group consisting of Austria, Sweden, Azerbaijan, and Estonia. They went unbeaten in this group, so that's good. While on the other hand, Ukraine qualified by beating Bosnia and Iceland in the playoffs. Players like Mikhailo Modric, Alexander Zinchenko, and Andy Ludin, who has been a star man for Real Madrid, are key for them. Slovakia qualified directly after finishing in the group consisting of Portugal, Luxembourg, and Iceland. They lost only 2 games in this group, that is to Portugal, but they also did play well in these 2 games, which they lost to Portugal. They scored 2 goals in one and only lost one in the other. Romania qualified to the Euros after 8 years after going unbeaten in this group consisting of Switzerland and Israel, which the Swiss were heavy favorites to win this group easily, but they had to battle it out against Israel. My prediction for this group is I think it's easy because Belgium should definitely top this group consisting of Ukraine, Slovakia, and Romania. So I think Belgium will easily top this group. I think Ukraine will definitely finish second in this group. They have been playing well recently. I think Slovakia will finish second, or I think Slovakia will finish second, Ukraine third, and Romania at last. In Group F, the final group, we have Czechoslovakia, Turkey, Portugal, and Georgia, who are making their first appearance in international tournament. Portugal qualified to the group stages with being unbeaten and winning all 10 of their games, scoring 36 goals and finishing on 30 points. Turkey have talents like Arda Güler, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, and Patrick Schick represents Czech Republic, which qualified and knocked out Netherlands in the round of 16. He also scored in that game. Georgia, meanwhile, are making their first appearance in an international competition. So my predictions for this group is very simple. I think Portugal will definitely top this group given the way they played in the qualifiers and the way they are recently playing. I think Czech Republic will finish second. I'm predicting this. Turkey, whenever they are predicted that they will do something in this tournament, they're just not doing anything. So I think Georgia will finish there and Turkey finish last. This is my bold prediction. So after all our predictions, these are our third place teams. So as you can see, you have Scotland, Croatia, Slovenia, Austria, Slovakia, and Georgia. So I think Croatia will definitely go through. I think Slovenia will go through. I think Austria will go through. And I'm picking this as a surprise. This is might surprise all of you, but I am saying that Scotland will go through as the best third placed team. So fourth best third placed team. Let's move to the knockout stages, shall we? So in the round of 16, straight away we have Italy versus Scotland, which I do not need to predict why. I'm gonna say Italy will go through. And Germany versus Serbia. I think Serbia will do well, but given how poor they are at goal scoring, I think Germany will definitely walk over Serbia. Portugal versus Slovenia. They only faced off, I think, in the qualifiers. I'm predicting Portugal to go to the quarterfinals. Netherlands versus Ukraine. Now, Ukraine have been in good form. They qualified to the Euros through playoffs, but I think Netherlands will beat Ukraine. Sadly, that's the end of the road. You have Belgium versus Croatia. These two teams actually faced off against each other in the FIFA World Cup. But that time Croatia held them to a nil-nil draw. So I think Croatia this time will go through. They always seem to perform in big matches. And you have France versus Czechia. So I don't think Czechia can surprise the world again as they did by defeating Netherlands in the round of 16. So I think France will go through. You have England versus Austria. So England versus Austria is a good matchup if you ask me. I mean, as much as Austria are underdogs, I think England will definitely go through here. Hungary versus Spain is a really good matchup because Hungary are one of the most underrated dark horses for this tournament. But I feel like Hungary versus Spain, I mean, it's difficult to pick, but I'm going with Spain. I might change my mind. But before that, let's predict all the other games. You have Italy versus Germany. A good matchup straight up. I think Italy will definitely go through because Germany, although they're playing in the homeland, they have been pretty terrible after Joachim Low left. So I think it will be Italy who will go through. Portugal and the Netherlands. Pretty good matchup. Portugal are still with Ronaldo, but Ronaldo has been banging goals in Saudi Arabia, which I know is not equivalent to playing in Europe, but Ronaldo is just a different beast when it comes to Portugal. So I think Portugal will qualify. Croatia and France, repeat of the 2018 finals. Here, I think something will happen here. I just feel like France have been immune to the World Cup champions curse. They passed out of the group stage. This has nothing to do with that. I don't know why I'm talking about that. But Croatia versus France. Croatia have always performed in these tournaments, but I think France will easily win this. I don't know why. England versus Spain. Now this is where things could go wrong because Spain have a good squad, but they are too much reliant on Lamine Yamal, the 16-year-old talent from Barcelona. Yes, they do have other players, but I think they are slightly over reliant on him. So I think England, who have been pretty much terrible in the friendlies, they lost to Iceland yesterday. So I think Spain will go through. I think England, it's not coming home. It's not coming home, bro. Italy versus Portugal. Now, this is a really good matchup. Portugal, as much as I say, I think Portugal will go through against Italy because half of Italy's squad from 2021 is missing. Although Italy have talents like Federico Chiesa, you have, but I think they're missing that one striker up front. I think Ciro Immobile is not playing this Euros, so I think Portugal will go through. France versus Spain. That is a really good matchup, yeah. Because you got one side you have Kylian Mbappe, Antoine Griezmann, Ousmane Dembele. The other side you have Lamine Yamal, Pedri. I don't know why I'm just obsessed with Lamine Yamal, but the problem is Spain are too much reliant on youngsters, so this team is a bit inexperienced. So I think France will go through. So here I have predicted a 2016 finals rematch, which I don't think will might happen because I'm very awful at my predictions. But if this was to happen, I just cannot pick a winner here. It is very difficult to pick a winner because Portugal, on one hand, are determined to win it for Ronaldo. France, on the other hand, have been just terrific so far. Kylian Mbappe is just smiling ever since he signed for Real Madrid. So I don't know. I think France will get their revenge. So this is my Euro predictions. You can take a look at this very clearly. This is my quarterfinal matchup: Italy versus Germany, Portugal versus Netherlands, Croatia versus France, England versus Spain. These quarterfinal matchups look very good, right? They won't happen in real life. So there is my predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Below your predictions, and thanks for watching.